Good evening. This is Dulia de Silva for Gold FM, bringing you your news roundup.
The top story on Gold FM.
In your top story, the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation announced that fuel quotas given under the QR code system will be revised from midnight today. Motor cars will have 25 litres, which is an increase of 10 litres, three-wheelers 20 litres, which is an increase of 5 litres. The quota for motorcycles will be increased by 3 litres to be 8 litres, and the quota for buses will be increased by 40 litres to be 100 litres. The quota for vans will be increased by 10 litres to be 50 litres, and the quota for land vehicles will be increased by 15 litres to be 40 litres. Fuel quotas for lorries and special purpose vehicles remain unchanged.
This is the local news on Gold FM.
Private bus owners and government medical officers warned of a major collapse in essential services by Monday unless the government implements a practical fuel distribution plan this weekend. Gamna Wijeratne, the chairman of the Private Bus Owners Association, told reporters in Colombo today that the QR code system fails to provide sufficient fuel for daily operations, threatening a total standstill of private transport. This warning was echoed by the Government Medical Officers Association chairman, Dr. Chamil Vijay Singha. Despite claims from the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation that it would remain open today, confusion reigned at storage terminals as distribution stalled. CPC Managing Director Mayur Nityakumara initially stated that while Friday's deliveries covered most stations, today would focus only on essential services and specific orders. However, union members and distributors report that Bowser drivers were turned away this morning, leading to fears of a dry Monday. Shant Silva of the Fuel Distributors Association confirmed that tankers returned empty, while Bandula Saman Kumara of the Progressive Alliance warned that workers may not report for duty on Monday if the current management of stock continues. Tensions boiled over at a filling station in Kandalaya today, where a staff member was hospitalised after being assaulted for refusing to pump fuel without a QR code. CCTV footage captured a group attacking the worker after an initial dispute over the mandatory scanning system. Police then arrested the suspects. The incident comes as the National Fuel Pass resets at midnight tonight. While queues eased slightly under the odd-even number plate system, many stations remained closed. The chief incumbent of the Mihintale Rajamahaviharaya, Venerable Valvahanguna Vava Dhammaratanathera, says significant issues remain regarding the provision of state patronage for this year's Pusun festival. Speaking at a recent meeting of the Pusun Committee, the prelate expressed concerns over the level of government support secured for the upcoming religious events. This year's National Pusun Week is scheduled to take place from the 26th of June to the 2nd of July, with a series of religious programs centred around the Anuradhapura Atmasthana, Tantrimale and the Mihintale sacred grounds. Despite the planned festivities, Venerable Dhammaratanathera highlighted that the lack of clear state backing could impact the scale of the commemorations at Mihintale. He urged authorities to resolve those logistical and financial hurdles to ensure devotees can observe the festival without disruption. Police in Jaffna recovered the body of a senior lecturer from the University of Jaffna's Faculty of Indigenous Medicine in a wooded area in Chavakacheri. The victim was reported missing on the 18th of March by her son, who alleged that his mother and younger sister were abducted by her sister's husband. Investigations led by the Deputy Inspector General Gayantha Marapana revealed a staged break-in at the lecturer's residence in Pandyantalbu, where roof tiles had been removed to suggest an outside intruder. However, the detectives soon arrested the victim's daughter and son-in-law. Under interrogation, the son-in-law confessed that he entered via the roof using a rope before the couple strangled the lecturer to death. The body was then transported in a motor vehicle and dumped in Chavakacheri. Police believe the motive was a long-standing dispute over the couple's marriage, which the lecturer had reportedly opposed.
Now for some news in brief.
The Department of Meteorology warns that the heat index, or the temperature felt on the human body, will increase to caution level at some places in western, Sabragamur, southern and northwestern provinces, and in Anuradhapura, Monaragala, Mana and Vania districts tomorrow.
The business news on Gold FM.
Gold prices plunged more than 10% this week, marking the precious metal's sharpest weekly decline in over 40 years. Yesterday, prices dipped below the $4,500 threshold, ending the day at $4,509.08, following a 3% daily slide. Analysts attribute the sell-off to escalating Middle East tensions, which drove up energy costs and fueled global inflationary concerns.
International news on Gold FM.
The International Atomic Energy Agency called for maximum military restraint, following reports of new strikes on Iran's Natanz nuclear facility this morning. The IAEA confirmed that it was informed of the attack by Tehran, but stated that no increase in radiation levels were detected. While the Atomic Energy Organization of Iran condemned the strike as a violation of safety regulations, it assured residents in the central region that there is no immediate danger of a leak. This marks the latest targeted bombing of the underground site, which was one of 3 facilities US President Donald Trump claimed were totally obliterated by US strikes last June. In the meantime, the Pentagon is reportedly drafting plans for a high-stakes ground operation to secure or extract nuclear materials from within Iran. CBS News reported that the strategy centers on the Joint Special Operations Command, an elite military unit used for the most sensitive missions. While President Donald Trump told reporters that he has no current plans to send ground troops anywhere, he at the same time requested an additional $200 billion in war funding. Military officials are reportedly already discussing how to handle the detention of Iranian soldiers should a ground incursion take place. In a major policy shift, the United Kingdom authorized the United States to launch offensive strikes against Iranian targets from Araya Fairford and Diego Garcia. Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer previously restricted the bases to defensive operations, but yesterday expanded permissions to include strikes on sites targeting the Strait of Hormuz. The move follows US President Donald Trump's recent criticism of NATO allies as cowards. Residents near the Gloucestershire base report the whole house shaking as US B-52 and B-1 bombers, capable of carrying massive munitions, continue a heavy rotation of sorties. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi tells Tehran is ready to allow Japanese-linked vessels through the Strait of Hormuz to help stabilize energy markets. Speaking to Kyodo News, Araghchi welcomed any initiative to end the war, but accused Washington of being unprepared to halt its aggression. The news comes as US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent issued a 30-day waiver to release 140 million barrels of Iranian oil currently at sea. The move aims to provide immediate relief to global markets and the New York Stock Exchange, which recorded its 4th consecutive week of losses. Trump added that the Strait of Hormuz must now be guarded by the nations that rely on it, asserting that the US is no longer among them.
Entertainment news on Gold FM.
Theatre world titan Robert Fox of the West End and Broadway passed away at the age of 73. His wife, Fiona Golfer, confirmed the news.
Sports news on Gold FM.
The 92nd Battle of the Saints at the SSC ended in a hard-fought draw as St. Peter's College finished their second innings at 215 for 9 to survive the final day. St. Joseph's College dominated the scoring with a declared first innings of 352 for 8 and a swift 190 for 3 in their second, setting a challenging target. Despite the Josephine offensive, the Peterites held firm in a tense finish. Meanwhile, the 121st Lovers' Quarrel at the Galle International Stadium ended in a draw after 3 days of competitive action between traditional rivals. Mahinda College claimed a narrow first innings lead, posting 332 for 9 declared in a response to Richmond's 315, anchored by Randula Mambarana's unbeaten 109. Richmond College safely reached 83 for 1 in their second innings by the close of play, ensuring the historic encounter concluded without a decisive result. Meanwhile in Kandy, the 119th Battle of the Maroons entered a critical phase as Kingswood College reached 102 for 2 in the second innings at day 2 stumps, holding a lead of 168 runs. Earlier, Kingswood's first innings of 226 was powered by a brilliant 112 from Kavi Jagamage, while Dharmaraja responded with 160 as Kinula Bilihangala dominated with a 5-wicket haul. Wesley College pulled off a stunning 36-29 upset against St. Peter's College to secure their spot in the semi-finals of the school's Rugby Knockouts 2026. The action continues tomorrow with a triple header as Trinity College faces Zahira College at Sugatadasa Stadium, while defending champions Isipatana College take on St. Joseph's at the Royal Complex. The final semi-final spot will be decided at Havelock Park between traditional rivals Royal College and St. Thomas's College. That's it for now. This is Dulia De Silva for Gold FM. Thank you and have a lovely night ahead.